There was a house on Iliff that went viral for surviving. It's called a passive home, right? The way that they designed it and built it, it was a passive home, okay? Iliff is one street past the street that we're about to come up against. Can you tell me what you see on the right-hand side of the street right here? It's a house.
Oh, it's perfectly intact.
It's a perfectly intact home. It's the fence is all burnt. It definitely got some affected here, right? But this house survived. So like I look at these houses and go like, the build, like how to build them should not change. I built this house right here. This is 771 Iliff, and the barbecue is more burnt than the house. No, I'm kidding. I built this house as well. That's 770 Iliff, right across the street. Looks like they already started doing their removal on that house. They took down the fence, or maybe the fence burned down. I don't know. That's the house right that survived. You see it?
Yeah.
That's Chautauqua on that side. We got a few houses that survived there. You see all the steel structures?
Yeah.
Like this is a better one to see. I'll show you this. This one looks better to see because it's a little bit more showing it obviously what's wrong with it. But you can see these two steel structures, and you can see that the steel is bent and warped. And that's like a lot of the houses. Like what materials we're using to rebuild and put the Palisades back together. You can see that even if you use concrete, there's still damage. I built this house. This is what is this? This is 831 Iliff. Okay, really cute. They put a flag on there. You can see right there. They actually put the EPA put up a sign saying that they've actually completed the removal of the toxic waste. So that's really good. You can actually see they've actually gone through a lot of these houses. Now you can see a lot of these things right here. I built this house also, 837 Iliff. So a lot of people are wondering if they're keeping their foundations or not. I think for a lot of the people that for sure have older homes or are looking to build something different, it's a no-brainer. Like definitely take out the foundation and start scratch. But my homes were all new construction. They were all brand new. Like they were maxed out builds. They were there's going to be nothing different that you can do unless you completely decide to completely change the home itself. Look at all these signs. You got debris removal signs, beware of unlicensed contractors, fire, felony warnings and stuff like that. That's even just look at that basement. Look at that. Just imagine how long that fire was burning just inside of it. Those 5 houses that survived on Hartselle, I question that when those houses get powered back up, will there be an internal fire on electrical? Because all the plastics were just burning inside and like kind of exposing everything in there. So a lot of people were telling me that when they're driving through, it's like they don't even know where they are because all the houses look the same and everything's burnt and gone. There's no markers anymore. There's no house that kind of points out and says, oh, that's my house. But I'm aware enough to know that is my house. You can see the Hardy frame, only one still standing. You can really tell from the concrete, just from the flat work, that was the house. Our date for staging install was January 13th, I believe. I'm going to show you something super, super personal. This is the first house I ever built. Sorry, they're pulling out cars right now on the neighbor's house of that house. But this is the house. It's completely blocked off right now. Hopefully we can get in. It's funny that even though no one lives here, they're still not blocking driveways, which I think is pretty funny. Like, why are you worried about blocking the driveway? No one's gonna park in the driveway. This was the first house. This was literally my first experience living here. I remember the lady next door told me she bought the house in the 30s, and she like bought it for nothing and just super cheap. I remember the family on the other side was very, very upset about us building. They wanted to buy the lot themselves and create a backyard for themselves. They wanted to build like a pool and a basketball court and everything like that, and they did everything they could to like make our lives difficult throughout that building process. And that was actually my first experience with like mean neighbors. You know, before this time, we had built a lot of houses in the valley before we came out to the Palisades, and we just never had neighbor issues for some reason. Like, sometimes we had neighbors that were curious, or wanted some insight into what we were doing, or had a request like, hey, don't park here, or if you make a mess, please clean it up, whatever. Nice things, nothing crazy. They were the first neighbors to like really make problems for us, and I remember that. I'll always remember that. That's what I see when I look at these houses. I remember the lessons. I remember the experiences. I remember oh my God, look at the steel on this one. This one literally looks like it's turned over. Right there.
Wait, you built that one?
That's Charm Acres. Isn't that crazy? You can just literally see through the streets and see these houses. But again, look at the house. It has wood, right? And then right next door, you also have a house that survived. Yeah, so this was 1101 Monument. We had just completed this one. So we were I think maybe we had sold it a few months prior. Like not even that much longer. Mm-hmm. The gates are in great condition. The stucco's in great condition. So you can always find 600 Via de la Paz very easily because of the power pole or the radio, the phone tower that we have right in front of here. And look at that. The Go Landscaper sign is doing just fine. Crazy enough, this house is gone. There's a lot of story that goes into me here